Hey, what's good with y'all family? How y'all doing out there today, man? And she got Mail Man. Man, man, we got a sad one, y'all. We got a sad one, man. This one is real sad, y'all. Over the weekend, well, first for me, I have a daughter that's getting ready to go to the prom next week. She's getting ready to go. Her and her boyfriend is going to the prom next Saturday. And the prom is an exciting thing for a teenager. This is that celebration ball, that congratulations. You did your thing. And this is the send off to your next level of life, and that next greatness. And we just want to celebrate you and let you know we appreciate you and that you're loved and be amongst your peers. um that's what the prom does for the teenagers, you know what I'm saying? It gives them that time to what's the word I want to say, embrace and enjoy friends before you go off into life, to start your journey of life. This is the celebration of where we all congregate and come together and have a good time. But unfortunately, this past weekend, yesterday, Saturday, we had two young souls, young futures, young king, young queen, that lost their life alongside with two other queens, young queens that was in young queens that was in the vehicle, that they have survived, but they're in critical condition. And one is in critical condition. I think the other one, they say, has minor, nothing serious, maybe minor cuts and bruises, but nothing life threatening. um it's tough. It's tough. My condolences goes out to both of them young king and queen family. You know what I'm saying? Because how do you, that for a parent, how do you go from planning for a immaculate, great experience, a moment, a memory that should be able to be talked about 10 years from now, 20 years from now, to you did all this planning, this prepping, this structuring, this organizing. You did all this for this beautiful moment, only to have to now turn around and do that for a homegoing of sending off your child to be back with God. But the plan was to be sending your child to be able to prep out for life, with be that college, be that going into the workforce, be that military, be that pro sports, whatever that choice could be. Only to now you have to plan a home going for these youngins, and that's got to be hard. I can only imagine what them parents are going through, and my deepest condolences goes out to them, the brothers, the sisters, the aunts, the uncles, the grandmamas, the granddaddies, um, just the entire family. This is not something that that you want to plan for, and it's sad. And but we're gonna run through just me giving my respects to the family and to them, to the young king and queen, and just bringing awareness to, we have to be very cautious. We have to make sure um that we can't plan for everything, but try to plan for as much as we can. And here's the king and the queen here, y'all. and you just have look at this moment, man. What I think about when I see this. Like I said, my daughter's getting ready for prom next week. Next week, her and her boyfriend is getting ready for prom. So for me, this we know that this can happen. Um, Look at the man. They just look happy, man. They was prepared, man. Um, they was prepared, man. Um, to go out and let me go back. I want to see what the update was. Well, the information that I have. I go back through it. And see, they was driving in a Tesla, and I kind of want to touch on kind of want to touch on the technology and just kind of talk about that for a quick second, not too long, and just kind of get my thoughts on this situation, with the prom. I mean, with the technology in the cars. So, all right, so this thing, from what I didn't gather so far from the news and watching, reading up on reports and things, um, this young king and queen, they was going to their prom. They rented the family rented a Tesla for them to be able to go for their prom, and so they rented a Tesla, which we all rent cars and vehicles for our youngsters when it's that time for them to have the best of the best and the greatest experience and the greatest moments. And um this car, from what they say, um he didn't know that. Well, first I read a report that said the car malfunctioned. That was first thing I heard yesterday. And then this morning, as more information has come in, they said that they think he didn't know how to operate the car, the functions of the car, which is now, I'm not saying that's his fault or anything. So I want to make sure I'm being clear on that. I'm not saying it's his fault on that. But what trying to use this as a lesson learned to all of us as parents, all of us, not just myself as well. Technology, we love it. It's a good thing. It has gotten us it has helped us a lot in life. A lot of this technology that we see today, we use it every day on a day-to-day basis. We read about the Teslas, the self-driving vehicles, the just all the things that we can utilize, as how life is starting to get a little bit easier with some of the tools that that has become available to us today. But also, them same tools can also hurt us. Like it's that old saying, the same thing that make you smile can also make you cry. And in a situation like this, when you're looking at this situation and it's like, okay, not knowing properly how to operate a vehicle and getting so immersed into technology, what we got to do is stop just getting immersed into it, myself included, and we got to actually learn how to properly work everything. And because we're so used to certain cars, if you're coming from in the last 20 years, you stick the key in the ignition, start the car, or push a button and start it, but the driving functions were still manually or driving. Versus now, some of these cars, they can be self-driving. You might make a mistake and hit a button, not knowing what that button could be, and that button can switch into a autopilot drive mode or something, and now you don't know how to figure out how to turn that mode off, and it puts you in a compromising position to where you're trying to figure this out in the midst of driving, and things can happen while you're trying to figure something out because you don't really understand it. And I'm not saying that's what happened. I don't know, but I can understand it. So all I'm trying to say is we have to educate ourselves and make sure that we understand these new technologies, because even these people that's creating these new technologies, they don't fully understand it as of yet. It ain't like a car that a 2000 maximum, and you go ask Nissan about a 2000 maximum, they gonna be able to give you more details. They have 23 years of experience. So they went through all the trial and the error, and maybe even with that 2000 maximum, the frame of it didn't really the operating manual didn't really change. So they still had understanding from 1995 maximum. They just redesigned it. But now these new cars are totally different. It has computer systems, that AI technology that is so advanced that it can confuse me. And I'll tell y'all a quick little thing that kind of I had to get used to. I remember they got, now some of these trucks got the gear shift up in the I mean, not the gear they do have it up in the dashboard, the console, but then some of them got the little knob too. You turn the knob to go park, reverse, drive, neutral, and so forth. And I'm so used to throwing it in gear that way or pulling in a little shift that one time me and my son was out and I was so sleepy, I thought I threw it in gear, not realizing I had to turn the knob and the truck was rolling towards the highway. And thank through the blessings of God that saved me, because we could have rolled right into traffic and then we could have been another memory story. So I'm not saying nothing to get on nobody and saying wrong. I'm saying we gotta educate ourselves, because that could have been my child. You know what I'm saying? That could have been me. That could have been a friend of mine's child. That could have been anybody's and loved one. So it's so sad just for me to think about how these parents went from planning a prom, probably starting from the beginning of this of 2022 to get to this moment, and now it has to go from that prom to final resting place to your on and so forth on. So then not only that, you have to learn this is this that night has created. Now they have to start figuring out a new way of life moving forward. They have to that altered their life forever. So they have to figure out a new way of life moving forward and being used to not being able to call their son or their daughter. So my condolences to them. Definitely want to learn more about this as what happened, as as more information comes out, because again, I want to educate myself. I want to educate my family, my friends, you, whatever little knowledge I can educate with, and my daughters and so forth on, man. So again, my sincere condolences to the family, to this young king and queen. May y'all rest in peace. The other two young ladies that was hurt in the incident, may y'all heal as fast as possible. And I know this is gonna be a life altering change for y'all, because y'all lost friends as well. And may God guide our way to figure out how to maneuver through this and get through this whole situation, because it's gonna take the guidance and presence of the higher power to push you through it. So again, is the young king, the young queen. Um, much condolences to y'all. She got Mail Mann. We up out of here, man. We up out of here, man. Thank y'all for everything that y'all do. Thanks for supporting me. And just show love to the kids and the family, man. Keep them up in your prayers, because the family, you can't ask a person how they feeling, because this ain't something you can say, oh, I feel bad, I feel good, and it's gonna make me cope with the situation. This is something you just gotta be there and just be silent, you know what I'm saying? And just kind of figure it out as you go. Hey, she got mail. Thank you. I love y'all, man. I always rock with y'all, man. Keep doing what you do. Support the channel. I am Mailman, man. Let's get it. Let's do what we do, man. So I hate to bring the sad news, man, but man, only thing I can say is rest in heaven, young king and queen.